What's up, class? Today in this lesson, we're going to review the whole story of this chapter of The Secret Garden. And so I want to talk a little bit about that first part of the story, the beginning of the story, as we kind of understand the setting and the characters, okay? Trying to figure out what is the big problem in the story, what is the main conflict in the story. And thankfully for this story, you know, we can look here at the beginning, and it says right here, she's discovered a mysterious walled-off garden that's been abandoned for 10 years. Mysterious, which means that she doesn't know what's behind the wall of the garden. She would love to get inside, so that's what she wants to do. She wants to get inside, but she hasn't been able to find the entrance. So that's the problem, right? But she hasn't been able to find the entrance. She would love to do it. So what she wants to do is get inside, but she hasn't been able to find the entrance. That's the main problem in the story. Next, I want to talk a little bit about her skipping rope. And so skipping rope really just means jumping rope. And I like this part of the story because in this whole section, she's skipping rope. She skipped and counted. She wanted to know, was really wanted the robin, the bird, to notice her. She wanted him to see her skip. And she skipped all around the garden, around the orchard, resting every few minutes. I really like this part right here because it shows that she's setting a goal for herself. She's like, she made up her mind. She wants to try to skip the whole length of it. It was a good long skip and she began slowly, but before she had gone halfway down the path, she was so hot and breathless that she was decided to stop. And so I thought this was really interesting because she sets this goal to skip farther and farther each time. And it's funny because it's almost like one of these little problems in the story. It's like she's trying to skip. She wants the bird to see her. She was skipping, and she's getting better and better at it. But it turns out, and then she wants to set that little goal for herself to skip the whole length around the orchard. And so this was cool because of the fact that she set that goal. This actually reminds me that one of the characters in the story is in fact the robin. So we've got Mary and we've got the robin. And so these are the two characters we see playing with each other back and forth in the story. We do have him, but we actually don't really talk to him too much here. She sees Ben Weatherstaff. But she doesn't really engage too much with him. And as I'm looking at this, actually, I'm just now remembering that she wants Ben to see her skipping. But I guess the bird's also kind of watching too. Also, in this text, there's some figurative language. We see figurative language as she comes to the door of the garden. Yes, right here it says, she put her hands under the leaves and began to pull and push them aside. Thick as the ivy hung, it nearly all was a loose and a swinging curtain, though some had crept over wood and iron. That part right here, swinging curtain, actually is a way that shows us that the ivy is covering the door like a curtain. But it's not a curtain. But she says it's a swinging curtain, which means that it's a comparison of two things by saying one thing is another thing. So she's saying that the ivy is a swinging curtain. So it's a metaphor, all right? She's saying that the ivy is a swinging curtain. And one of my favorite parts of the story is when she finally gets into the garden and everything's kind of interesting and different. She says here, it was the sweetest, most mysterious looking place anyone could imagine. And she says here, there were other trees in the garden, one of the things which made the place look the strangest and loveliest was that the climbing roses had run all over them and swung down like long tendrils, which made light swaying curtains. That she uses that metaphor again, that they are curtains. They made lovely bridges, far-reaching branches, looked like a hazy mantle spreading over everything. It really looked so mysterious. We see that she is so intrigued by this part of the story that it is a mysterious place, whereas everything else is just kind of like, the most exciting thing is skipping. And in here, it's like a mysterious place. All right, so I hope that you guys are ready for the assessment. And when you're done with the assessment, go ahead and make sure that you start your independent reading. Now go take on the day.